Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today on this Wednesday. After having Monday and Tuesday off, I feel like it's Monday. I'm kind of thrown off.
I bet you are.
We had some fabulous women filling in for me while I was gone, so thank you to Ashley and Janine. It's always fun to have some, although they're new faces, they're not really, because they're some of our favorite guests, so it's always fun to have them come on and kind of sit in a different place. So
yeah, and I bet you, like Ashley was her first time ever doing that, so I'm sure it was sort of like, whoa, this is different.
Ashley and I met like a long time ago. I had her on the Valley Today doing motivational Monday stuff like several years ago, and then kind of came back on to North Dakota Today. So I just feel like we're kind of on the same page, and we see each other at like little kid basketball games on the weekends and stuff like that.
Do you guys work out together
and
too?
Janine, I see at basketball games too. So all of our daughters are kind of, in the no, we haven't worked. I feel like we haven't worked out at the same place, but we definitely know the same people. Last Friday, she was trying to get me to go to Solid Core, and I was like, well, I was going to go to Quartz Plus and go to Body Flow, but we'll get it. We'll get on the same. There's a bazillion different. She goes to the Y, one of the Ys, and I'm like, well, how about we go to Family Wellness? So we'll figure it out. But yeah, that's kind of how I meet a lot of my friends, is at the gym, and do things like that. So. But, I feel like I lived like a whole year in the last 4 days, because it was, we had Cheyenne football last Friday, because they're now going on to state. So this Friday's a big game for nice. Cheyenne Mustangs. And for the Hillsboro, I think it's Hillsboro, it's several schools altogether. I always just say HBC or who's all of the other schools involved? Sure, anyway, they're the Class B, so they're going to be playing for the state tournament on Friday as well. And then we had Bison football. And then I had my brother in town, and then we celebrated Veterans Day. So that's really why I took Monday off. So I went to the Veterans Day program downtown, and I know I probably do have some pictures on my phone. I just forgot to send them off to the producer. But we like to celebrate Veterans Day big time, because my dad is a Vietnam veteran, and we all sing along when he's waving the Army flag and the patriotic band. And actually today we're going to be talking to, because they just announced another honor flight for our North Dakota and Minnesota veterans.
Oh, nice.
And so we're going to be, that was announced on Veterans Day, when the next flight is happening. And we actually have a honor flight night coming up at the Fargo Force this weekend. So we're going to be talking about that. And they always have really cool jerseys and everything. So things won't slow down for me, because I gotta go to every event.
You have FOMO.
I got big time FOMO, so I know, how am I going to get to all those state football tournament, games, and then Bison football and the Fargo Force, and just do a little bit of everything. So
what were you singing now at the VFW?
Well, they sing, the patriotic band comes in and they sing.
But I'm not familiar with those. I kind of need a little.
No, I know you always want me to sing. You need to be kind of primed up.
You're about to about 2 seconds. When you get to the next topic,
they have all the words. I don't have the words with me, but they do, and they encourage everyone to sing. Every branch gets to have their song played at the VFW. So. And there were, at the program I went to, they asked for, there was a couple World War II guys at the ceremony. And then the downtown Fargo VFW does tend to have more of the Korea, World War II guys, and Vietnam. So, although there is one of my dad's best friends is an Iraq War veteran as well. So, thank you. We can still say thank you. I know.
I should have sent this pic this morning. Speaking of our vets, do you remember Mark J. Lindquist?
Yes.
Do you know what he did on Veterans Day?
Sang the national anthem?
Do you know where?
No.
Oh my gosh, I have the greatest pic, and you can go see it up actually on our Facebook page, but he sang for the Monday Night Football game with the Niners and the Seahawks. He crushed it, and they had this amazing celebration obviously before, because it's Veterans Day. So he gets up there, sings the national anthem, they rolled out the flag, they had a flyover, they had fireworks.
Awesome.
And oh, by the way, it's Monday Night Football, and the game was phenomenal. Overtime, first loss for the 49ers. So maybe I'll send that to you tomorrow, Cordell, so we can.
Because Mark has been on North Dakota Today several times, motivational speaker. And if you're a UND hockey fan, he out for a couple seasons or what? He used to sing every single national anthem at the UND hockey games as well. So he is pretty darn amazing.
And he says this, not me. So he had a shirt that said it, but. He does these big ball shows, I guess he calls them as well. And so he's got a sign that's hashtag, Asian Sinatra is what he dubs himself, because he does these really great Sinatra shows too. So he's uber talented. But when you see him, just search Mark J. Lindquist, Veterans Day game, and it was outstanding. He texted me yesterday. He's like, dude, He goes, it was unbelievable to be there. And
Does he ever get back here anymore?
I think sometimes, every now and then, but his cousin's a big Seahawks fan, so it was the 49ers versus the Seahawks, so he's got this great pic of his cousin with Russell Wilson getting his jersey signed, and
That's awesome.
It was, so salute to Mark J. Lindquist. Of course, all our vets, but it was nice to see Mark get a chance to celebrate Veterans Day in a very, very big way.
No kidding.
Speaking of singing, all right, we need to definitely hear from you on this one.
Benny and the Jets.
That was good.
We've been singing Elton John songs all morning. I know, I'm a bad singer.
I'm impressed.
Elton John coming to the Fargo Dome. I feel like the shows come and go here. Like we get a bunch of big names. I just went to Celine Dion at the Fargo Dome. I just bought my tickets to go see Cher, and now Elton John is coming. So like concert budget is blown pretty much. But I did see Elton John. I think it was Elton John and Billy Joel.
You did? Where?
At the Fargo Dome. It was about a billion years ago. It was a great show. Our director just said in our ear, I think he must have been there too. So, but I feel like that was probably, my goodness, it was probably 15 years ago.
How could it not be a great show with Elton John?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like such a performer. And did you ever see the movie Rocket Man? I never saw it.
Not yet, no, and I really want to.
I've
heard good things. So tickets are going on sale here in like a week or two. November 22nd, that's a Friday at 10 in the morning. But the show will be June 13th. It's a Saturday night.
Perfect.
All right, isn't that
all right, so what do you think the big challenge is from now until June?
To learn more Elton John songs? Or
Cordell, listen up, por favor.
Oh, to get Elton John on our show.
Cordell, your challenge is to get Elton John, get us an interview with Elton John by June 13th.
It seems like a fair request.
He's just like, yeah, that seems like an easy one, right?
We did get to visit with Garth Brooks, so he's like,
even if it's a phoner, Cordell, to have Elton John on the show.
Oh my goodness, that would be awesome.
Would you sing with them, or would you just be like?
I would just be like a backup dancer. Oh yeah, I would be a little starstruck.
Yeah,
a lot.
Sitting with him would just be fantastic. But if he broke out in the song, I might do a little Benny and the Jets with him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got such a collection. How does he must do some kind of mashup. I don't remember what he did back in the day, but I mean, when you're like, your career spans decades.
I mean,
how do you do you're always going to miss somebody's favorite.
His set could, be like 4 hours and you still wouldn't get to all the hot hits.
Elton John would be awesome.
Omniscient Tony, how many #1 songs do you think Elton John has? Omniscient Tony says 13, 14. I mean, that's amazing.
I love me some Elton John. Oh,
Crocodile Rock. How does that one go again?
And I think about Tiny. Is it Tiny? What's the
Tiny
song?
Dancer,
Tiny Dancer. And think of, Candle in the Wind. Yeah, for Princess Diana.
Yeah.
So many good songs from Elton John. Well, we were also listening to this guy, which, we're big Voice fans. So like whether you're love the Voice judges, or you love him as a singer, John Legend, apparently pretty sexy. Singer, songwriter, producer, actor, now People Magazine's sexiest man alive. The entertainer tells People in this week's cover story, everyone's going to be picking me apart to see if I'm sexy enough to hold this title. He's following Idris Elba, who he says he must agree he's pretty sexy. He says it's not fair and not nice to me to compare me to him. Legend says his parents taught him to remain humble and kind, quote, treating other people the way you want to be treated. Legend is People's 34th sexiest man alive. And I feel like, he writes these love songs. And I just read somewhere that he flew halfway around the world just because his wife wasn't feeling well and he wanted to just keep her company. And I'm like, that makes you sexy when you're like a good husband and, sing, and then seeing him with his children too.
Yeah, him and Chrissy are pretty tight. So
yeah, they're best friends. So that's awesome to see.
The Voice must have like an inside track. Wasn't Blake the
Blake,
sexiest
I think, was also, and Adam Levine. Was he not?
Was he too?
He had to have been. I'm pretty sure Adam Levine is. They're women in the studio. They're like, whether he was in actually People magazines, he is sexy. That's what they're saying right there. Yes, I have to do my homework, but I'm pretty sure Adam Levine was in that mix too. And that would just add to the, well, I was going to say bromance, the bro fighting between
him,
Adam and Blake. All right, Bison football back home again this weekend. We're taking on the Coyotes. We don't like those South Dakota teams very
No.
much. The game is at 2:30, live from the Dome, but of course all the action gets going at 1:30. Be sure to tune in for the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show. That all starts at 1:30. And I did watch again last week. I was hanging out with Coach Enns. He doesn't realize how good of friends we're becoming every Sunday morning. That's at 10:30 Sunday mornings on KX4. I just love to kind of get the different view of the game as well, because when you watch the game versus our incredible camera work, you know, it's
just
cool
different.
to see. It's cool to see.
See what the coach is seeing from like field level.
Yep.
Also want to remind you to sign up for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Great Fargo Forest. Just over to valleynewslive.com, click on the old contest tab, fill out the form there, and you too could be a lucky winner of 4 of our 4-pack giveaway. We announce the winner every Tuesday, so be sure and watch on Tuesday. We want to thank the Fargo Forest and Buffalo Wild Wings for sponsoring the contest.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we're going to be talking to, well, we're going to find out some great fashion advice as you're starting to get ready for the holidays. What do you wear to your holiday parties? To Thanksgiving, to Christmas? We'll help you out next.